Regulators, mount up.
Whew. It's sick baby week here at the Carlson household. We got crying, puking, pink eye, we've got it all. But it's also week 6 in the Purple Rube Fantasy Football League. And I can't leave the good people of the Purple Rube Fantasy Football League without a preview podcast. And it is rivalry week this week. We've got the Vikings versus the Packers at the bank. We've got husband versus wife. We've got brother versus brother. We've got some really good matchups going on this week. We're coming off a pretty good Thursday night game. Everyone knows I get excited when a white running back has a good performance. Christian McCaffrey's really starting to pick up. You know, his performances each week start getting better and better. And I think he's going to turn into the running back I speculated he would be at the beginning of the season, because his counterpart's not doing that well. The first matchup I'm going to hit up for you guys is Levi, undefeated 3-0 versus Cobra Kai. Levi's probably going to win, especially being that Paul's got AJ Green on a bye week this week, and he only got 6 points from Funchess, who had previously had some pretty good weeks. With Levi being able to roll out Le'Veon Bell and Kareem Hunt each week, he's a tough out. I am rooting for Cobra Kai to pull this one out. Up next, we got Baba Men versus the Irishman. I love a good heads-up match on a variation of pronouns. Matt's the number 3 team, and I think he's going to have his hands full with Baba Men. I think Potter's going to get on a roll after this week. He got 19 out of Cam, 7 out of Ed Dixon, and as I said, Christian McCaffrey had a great game, and that other guy, Jonathan Stewart, minus 0.4 points. I don't even know how you do that, but he did it. And I also consider myself as a guy who's kind of pays attention to the NFL, is in the know, and I don't even know the guy that Matt's rolling out in his quarterback slot. Kay Hogan from Cleveland, not feeling good about that one. I'm feeling good about a top team going down this week. I love you, Matt, but I'd like to see the top teams slide down the ranks a little bit. Our third matchup this week, we've got Gronky Kong and the team that's got Gronk going against each other. Yes, that's right. Sarah might actually have a good chance to beat Gronky Con because Gronk will actually play this week. And amazingly, she got 8 points from LeGarrette Blount. That's probably his season total up until this point. Mark got a pretty strong start Thursday night with Calvin Benjamin racking up 19 points for him. And Gurley's coming off a bad week, and I don't know if he's going to get right in this matchup against Jacksonville, who's been pretty good. If Gronk puts up big points like he can, Gronky Kong might lose. But there's hope for the other Radloff. Mike Radloff, Hawkeyes, is going against Ray Banana Hammocks, and this is another potential for a top-ranked team to get knocked off. We know I'm rooting for Mike because he's the number 13 team going against Banana Hammocks, which is the number 5 team. Mike got a pretty good performance from Jeffries on Thursday night, and if Isaiah Crowell puts together anything that resembles an NFL performance, he might really be able to pull this one out. Banana Hammocks has got Jordy Nelson, who typically gets covered by Xavier Rhodes, so that could keep him from getting some good points. And Andre Ellington might get stifled by Adrian Peterson, who's making his debut for the Arizona Cardinals. So we'll see how this turns out. Hawkeyes, I'm rooting for you, buddy. And I don't say that often. I'm also rooting for Josh Martin taking on number 2 Dynasty. I'm really excited for this matchup because Josh is actually predicted to win. There's a chance we could get the number 1, 2, and 3 ranked teams to all lose, and that's good for everybody. Now this matchup has the potential to get real crazy. Josh is rolling out Tom Brady against New Jersey, who is terrible, and Deshaun Watson will likely run all over Cleveland. But on the other side of this coin, we've got the Packers fan throwing out Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees. My hope here is that the Minnesota defense will beat up on Aaron Rodgers' already wounded offensive line, and Drew Brees has one of his infamous 5 interception games. Although when Drew Brees has 5 interceptions, he doesn't nearly have the number of pick sixes that Big Ben put up last week. But I think we should all be rooting for the underdog always next year in this one, because the more those top teams lose, the more the rest of the league has a shot at making the playoffs. I want to keep this thing going competitive and keep everyone involved all year long. And our next matchup would have been the matchup of the week if I wasn't taking on Carl. We've got Eric Harbacek, versus Emily Harbacek. That's got some great alliteration. Husband versus wife. Now, Eric is predicted to win, but I would love Emily to get him tied up with a honey-do list so he can't check his roster right before game time. He leaves an injured guy in there, do something, whatever she can to use her leverage as the wife to cause another top team to lose. Unfortunately, Eric is predicted to win, but I think if Emily threatens to make him sleep on the couch or, some other underhanded tricks, we could get her moving up the ranks and him moving down. And really, she's got Leonard Fournette, so Emily's never out of it as long as Leonard Fournette is not injured. And if he puts up another 35 points like he did last week, Eric might not have any chance to win anyway. Now on to our game of the week. We've got Blood, Sweat, and Beers, who is out in the Twin Cities right now, getting drunk, not paying attention to his fantasy lineup, and it's going to hurt him. It's going to hurt him bad. He's already at a deficit since I got 43 points on Thursday night, 23 from Mr. McCaffrey, and 19 from Carson Wentz. Feeling good about that start. And I also have shocking news. Carl Carlson completed a trade, and he did it with none other than his older brother. And now I know what you guys might think. Collusion. No collusion. I was shocked as you guys. Carl can never complete a trade. And in this case, I traded Crabtree and Gillislee for Fuller and Montgomery. We'll see how it works. I might even get to use Montgomery this week against my beloved Minnesota Vikings. I'm hoping they rest his injured ribs one more week. Carl doesn't really have any hope because Yahoo already has me predicted to win. I've got my great start from Thursday. He lost ODB for the season, and he's rolling out some real hot garbage, like Ingram from New York. Okay, I got it. You lost ODB, and the Giants don't have any wide receivers to throw out there, so maybe the tight end's going to get big points. Think not. Think they're just going to get destroyed. And also, Adrian Peterson. Are you sure you want to test that out his first day out for the Cardinals? I'm not sure that's going to be a great idea, but we'll see as I beat you. Now, I thought I was pretty light on the trash talk. Here's what I really think about my opponent, my matchup this week.
I treat you like the Native Americans, and as I, a colonial master, come across this country, I'm going to give you blankets filled with smallpox. I'm going to feed your women booze, and then relegate you to a polluted area of the country that no man should ever live upon, and then not give you any casinos. I'm going to take my hand, stick it inside of you, and then open it like a baseball mitt. And then I'm going to have a catch with my infant son. He is going to throw baseballs inside of you, and there will be room to spare. Suck it!
Well, I just want to wish my best to all of us lower-ranked teams to take out those top dogs. I also want to say Skol Vikings in our matchup against Green Bay at the bank. So if you need me, you can find me on my couch watching the Vikings versus the Packers. I want to get cocky. Not going to be able to do it, but I think we've got a shot against that weak offensive line. Everyone have a great week. Have big scores. Have a great time. And go Vikings.
Skol Vikings, let's win this game. Skol Vikings, honor your name. Go get that first down, then get a touchdown. Rock 'em, sock 'em. Fight, fight, fight.